One day I ended up getting a call from a chief that I had put an application in with the city of Williston, and he told me that he was pretty sure he wanted to hire me after I met with him. And so I was pretty excited, so I decided to get together with some friends of mine. We ended up going out to a wing restaurant in Tampa.
And then one night I went out with one of my girlfriends. We were just going out to dinner to get something to eat. We were sitting on a back patio, and my girlfriend ran into one of her friends, and they started talking, so I was just kind of sitting there.
And I saw her.
And this guy came up to me, and he's a very good looking guy, and normally that would automatically turn me off.
I figured I'd go up, talk to her, and see if I could get her name.
So he actually ended up approaching me and asking me my name, and I think he shook my hand.
And she blew me off.
He says that I blew him off, but I didn't. I don't think I blew him off.
I took a couple steps back, and I felt defeat at that moment, but then I said, no, I'm gonna try again.
He tells me then he wanted to give it another shot, and so he came up to me and he asked me what my passion was.
She kind of gave me the time of day once she had mentioned that she wanted to do some mission work and things like that. And I told her that I knew about that I was a Christian, and she was interested in talking to me at that point.
And I told him that my heart was missions, and he said that he was like, oh wow, no way. And he said he had grew up in the church his whole life, and he was a really strong believer, and he was a Christian, and we both found out we were both Christians.
From then on, we looked at each other and we stared into each other's eyes for what felt like a year, but it was probably only 30 seconds, and we just both knew at the same time, and it went from there.
We ended up having this really long stare that we just stared at each other. It was crazy for I don't know, 30 seconds or something. We just stared at each other's eyes, and I really knew, I can really say that I knew that I was going to marry him, and that he was the one. And I actually texted my girlfriend that night, and I told her, I go, this is the man I'm going to marry, and I just knew it. We ended up exchanging phone numbers, and then he texted me that night, and then we talked on the phone the next day. And our first day we went to go see the manatees, and I'd never seen the manatees before. And I just knew the whole time that he was my husband, and I was going to spend the rest of my life with him. I told my mom and dad that.
That's why I decided that after a few months of being with her that I was ready, that I knew I wanted to marry her and make her my wife forever.
I told my mom, I told her, I go, if Micah asks for Daddy's permission to marry me, I was like, you have to tell me, because I need to be prepared, because I don't really like surprises.
I bought the ring, and it was Christmas time. I didn't want to give it to her on Christmas, because I didn't want it to be kind of cliche like that. We waited until we ended up taking a trip up to Georgia to meet my family.
So we ended up going to Georgia for Christmas, to visit his family. On Christmas Day we drove up there, and my mom and dad knew the whole time, and he had the ring the whole time, and I really had no idea, because I knew my mom would have told me. I was like, he's not going to do it here, and I really wanted him to. I really wanted him to do it in the mountains. That's how I always wanted it.
We were in the cool mountains of Georgia, and I took her into a state park over there, and just waited for the right time. I brought her by a little riverbank in the woods.
It was so pretty, and he made us sandwiches and a little picnic, and we took the dogs. And he was acting so funny the whole time, really funny. But I just still didn't think he was going to do anything, because my mom didn't tell me. And so we went on a long walk, and then we came to this it was by a river bank, and it was really pretty. And we were just standing there and hugging and kissing, and he had tied the dogs up to this tree, or something, and yeah, so we were like having a moment, and then these people like walked by, and yeah, then Penny and Julie started going crazy because the people walked by, so we had to like go get the dogs again. We were hugging, and I felt him like wrestling around in his jacket. I was like, what is he doing? And so then like I looked down, and like he had the box in his hand. I was like, oh my, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. And oh my gosh, like it's so crazy like how your heart feels like when that's happening.
I asked her, I got down on one knee and asked her if she would be my wife.
And I didn't even hesitate a second. I said, yes, I'll marry you. And then he took my glove off and he slid my ring on. And we kissed, and we got the dogs. And that was our story.
Hi Ashley, it's me, your husband-to-be, and I just want to say that I love you very much, and I can't wait to make you my wife. I spent the better part of my adult life trying to fill a void in my heart that has never been filled before, and when I met you, that part of my heart filled, and I know that you're meant to be with me, and I love you, and I'll never leave you no matter if it rains or it storms in our relationship, in our marriage. I'll never leave you, and I'll always be there for you. And I want you to know that anything that happens, you can always come to me, and that I will show you unconditional love forever. And I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Hi, Micah. I love you, baby. I just want to let you know that I'm just so happy that we're together and that we're getting married. You have just filled such a void that I had in my heart that I didn't even know was there before until you came. And I'm just so excited to be spending the rest of my life with you. You make me so happy, you make me laugh, you make me secure in who I am. You make me a better person. You really and truly bring out the best in me. And I'm just so blessed that God gave you me. I'm just so incredibly blessed. I just feel so lucky every single day that I have you by my side, and I am just really, really excited for the rest of our lives together. I'm so excited to see what God has planned for us, and the things that we're going to do together, and the lives that we're going to change. And I want you to know that I'm always going to be here for you and love you and support you and be faithful and committed as you are to me. And I love you very, very much. And I'm so excited to be your wife. I love you, baby.